Right, this is it. This is the first of many blogs or vlogs. One of the two. I can't quite my mind up yet. Anyway, Taste of Revenge behind the scenes, week one, location hunting. Now, Taste of Revenge is going to be a western, and you may be thinking that building looks a bit strange, but that's actually the Bahrain World Trade Center in Bahrain, funny enough, and that's where I was. I was there, as I am most of the time, shooting commercials for some of the companies that are in the region, in particular Toyota, the Formula One. These are all ones I've done in the past. There's my mate who picked me up from the airport. His name's Gavin. He's doing his driver impression. Been about 15 hours now since I've been on the flight, so pretty knackered. That's some of my stuff. That's the F1. That's a pretty girl that I shot. Here is the 1 million hit documentary I've done. And as the trip came to a close, I said to my friend, you know, I really want to get my teeth into something a bit more substantial. I don't think I'm ever going to get the phone call to direct a film unless I do it myself. I love shooting commercials, it's great, but you spend most of your time talking about the commercial and not so much time actually filming it. It seems, it seems a bit sort of one-sided, and you can never really put your stamp on a commercial because obviously you've got the client's best interest. So at 35 years old, with all the people I know and the skills I think I possess, maybe it's time to make a movie. So on my way back to the airport, I phoned some friends and said, look, I'm going to Barcelona. Do you want to meet me there, get a cheap flight, and let's see if we can find a set or some landscapes for us to shoot this film.
Flight number 3702 to Abu Dhabi. All remaining passengers are requested to go immediately to gate number 12, where the flight is ready to depart.
Anybody who's been to Bahrain, or anybody knows of Bahrain, knows it's a tiny little country, and to get anywhere you have to go to other islands or other places like Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and in my case Qatar. Flew there, took 30 minutes, then from Qatar I got a flight into Barcelona, so bit of a ball ache, but well worth doing. Quite excited really, because on the plane I got to check out some of work from Sergio Leone, Fistful of Dollars, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, and also Once Upon a Time in the West, which was convenient really, because that's somewhere where I was hoping to go to check out and see whether these places still existed. All along now I'm thinking to myself, what makes a Western classic? What makes a Western so good? Is it classic to start with, or does it mature over time and we appreciate it? Sort of done my head in trying to think about it too much, but it gave me a few ideas about where my story was going to go and what I could do to put my stamp on it and hopefully get it recognised. Barcelona, slightly cooler than Bahrain. Bahrain was 45 degrees, this was 35 degrees, so still flip-flop weather, but certainly a bit more bearable than the Middle East. So there I am, looking knackered, just about to go and hire a car and meet up with these two monkeys. The one on the left hand side is Nick, and the one on the right hand side is his brother Alex. Now Nick I have worked with on several commercials over the years. He does all the visual effects, and Alex I met for the first time on this trip, and he does lots of fashion photography for all the major brands. We got a car, we got lost, and we went out into the middle of nowhere, and we came across this amazing sight. Hills, mountains, peaks, canyons, things that you just don't imagine exist, certainly in the middle of Spain. It really just goes to show that not enough films are shot here. We used an anamorphic lens on this to see if we could recreate that look of the films in the 1960s. They used various different anamorphic lenses, and whilst we didn't have a big budget, we just stuck on an anamorphic adapter and see if we could recreate that. And what the limitations were, whether it was going to work for us or whether we were just going to simply stick with what we know. The next day we went to Western Leone, which is a set that was constructed during the 60s for Sergio Leone to be used in Once Upon a Time in the West. This is actually Sweetwater. Me and Nick there are discussing some of the shots inside. I think that was the jail actually. FS100 for me and Canon 5D for Nick. We knew early on that Arri Alexas and Red Epics, heavy cameras, expensive cameras to rent, would get you a great looking film but would sap a lot of the money. So we try to use the cameras we know we can get the best from. We look at it like this way: it's a tool to help us see our vision, but really it's down to your knowledge of the tools. And I'd like to think that we could probably put these cameras to good use with the lenses we've got. I mean, look at that there, that's a beautiful lens flare. Some of the stuff we've shot on locations is quite stunning, to be honest. And we're just going to keep on rolling it out. We've launched a Kickstarter campaign. You can find us on kickstarter.com. The Taste of Revenge, a film by Dean Shaw. There you are, see, perfect. And check us out, please follow us, subscribe to this channel, and the next film will be next week.